I come home after work. I feel drained, tired, don't want to do anything, but I said I will do it. I said I will read that book, create that content, whatever it was. Yet that's the last thing that I want to do at that moment. I just want to lay down and relax. I just want to enjoy myself a little bit. And so I get on my phone and I start scrolling on TikTok and Instagram or watching some random YouTube videos. Next thing you know, an hour passed already. An hour. So I say to myself, let's just finish this one video, or let's just watch just another one. Just another one. Another second passes by in my mind, and it's already an hour and a half of consuming content. So I said, okay, it's time. Let's fucking get up and start working. It's already 6 p.m. I'm just starting to work. But actually, I realize I'm really, really hungry. I gotta eat something like that. I wasn't even aware of it because I was just on my phone. So I go eat something, I clean everything, I brush my teeth. An hour passes by. That's not the worst thing. The worst thing is I feel so bloated, so heavy. I just want to lay down. I don't want to do anything. So I resist laying down, but I just sit down in my chair, grab my phone, and an hour passes again. But at least I didn't fall asleep. So it's 8 p.m. I still want to train, I still want to do that thing that I said I'll do. So I decide to train first. So I don't train last second before I went to bed. So I do that, I take a shower, and I feel great. But it's 9 p.m. So in the same time I feel awful because I should have done the work hours ago. I got home like 4.5 hours ago. So now I have a decision to make. I can either go to sleep at the right time and give my best tomorrow to work earlier, or experiment with some other way. The main thing is that this doesn't happen again, however I'm able to pull it off. But I feel ashamed. I really feel ashamed. I want to work. I said I'm gonna do it. So I start doing it, and then I do it for an hour, and it's already 10 p.m. I'm like, I really know I need to go to sleep. So I quit. It's 10 p.m., maybe 10:30. And I know I will not get a good night's sleep. The whole day tomorrow is gonna be hard, if not harder than today. And so I go to the toilet, I spend some time on my phone, and it's already 11 p.m., if not 11:30, Anyway, by the time I get into bed, I'm like, okay, let's finally rest. But nope, my mind is racing with thoughts. Because I worked like half an hour ago, I was still working. My mind can't stop thinking about what I was doing, what I was thinking, what I learned. So it takes me at least half an hour, if not an hour, to fall asleep. So it's 6 hours of sleep,
But that isn't my reality anymore, and this video will help you to never again experience such thing for yourself.
If you're an entrepreneur, click the link in the description to skyrocket your productivity in no time. So one lesson I learned is, when should I actually work? What's the actual best time to work? Before I actually get into how to work, more important is when to actually work. Because the problem was, after work, I was feeling drained, tired So when to work? The optimal way is to wake up in the morning before your work, even if you work in the morning, and do some very important work, the most important work. Eat the frog. What's the hardest, most impactful task? I do that in the morning. So I even got to the point that I would wake up at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. to do this. Now I'm not suggesting this. I think it's 5 a.m. that you should wake up the earliest. Right now I wake up around 5:30, something like that, around there. And so if I were to work at 9 a.m., I would be able to get 2 hours of work, hour and a half working before I actually start dressing myself up for work and actually commuting to work. So that's one way, and that's the best if you have work in the morning. But if you can, I would literally talk to people there. Can I work only afternoon, or can I work mid shifts, like not from 8 or 9 a.m. and not from 2 p.m., but somewhere in the middle. So for example, from 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m. to however much you work, 7 hours, 8 hours. So that's even better because you have way more time to work in the morning. Why to work in the morning? Because literally you feel the best. You feel the best, especially if the sun is out, like today. You feel amazing. You didn't think about any problems at work or anywhere, literally. You woke up, maybe you walked the dog, and you got on your desk or whatever, and you started working. You're completely rested. You feel awesome. You're not coming home as I was, and majority of people are after work, trained, tired, not really wanting to work, wanting to chill, relax. So that's the best case scenario. I really suggest you do that. But if I didn't want to do that, there's another way that I've figured out, and that's immediately after work. If I work in the morning, I get home, and I'm really cautious about what I do and how I do it. I would literally come home, go to the toilet, dress myself up, workout clothes, were already on my chair, literally. I prepared them the day before, so it's even easier. It takes a few seconds, but it helps. It just lowers the friction a little bit. Also, I made sure the workout is not too hard, or if it's hard, it's short. It's 20 minutes, if it's really hard. If it's not that hard, then 30 minutes, something like that. And I worked out at home, so I don't have to commute to gym or martial art facility or wherever I would train. So that made it way easier. If I were to go somewhere, then I would go straight there at that place and not at home, and then there and then again at that place where I would train. Both to save time, but also so that there's no decisions. I just go there, and once I come there, I'm gonna train. There's no, oh, am I gonna train or not? No. But if I do come home first, it's like I don't want to spend so much time to going there again and then getting back home. Like, makes zero sense. Another thing that you could do is literally reward yourself besides shower, which is a reward in itself if you didn't realize it. You can eat something that you really like, but also that makes you perform great. I learned that it's very important that what I eat. I ate only what helped me to feel great, bunch of energy. I didn't feel heavy, I didn't feel bloated, and I really performed well. I could eat a huge meal, but if I was careful about which food I ate, I could go train immediately after that. Literally. Not only that, I could have also went and worked. That's amazing. So for me, this was fatty meat and eggs. This literally, I eat this every day, and I feel awesome. I mean, for you, it may be completely different. I'm not saying this is universal. You might literally perform awesome. I heard a story that one guy, literally from apples, he performs amazing. Everybody's different, okay? Maybe there's a majority of people maybe prefer like I do, no carbs, just carnivore meal, only meat or eggs, some animal products like that too. But not everybody's the same, okay? So, experiment with this a little bit. Now, besides when to work, I also learned when to rest and how, which is really something important that I want to teach you because it transforms how you live everyday life. So it depends. If you go with the first route, let's first cover this. If I were to work before my 9 to 5, then I would literally just work for those 2 hours and then get ready for my work and go there. Okay, 2 hours. You don't feel awful after that, really tired. But if I work in the afternoon on my 9 to 5, and so it's not 9 to 5, it's like 2 to 8 or whatever, from whenever you start to finish. If that's your daily schedule, then you want to work for hour and a half, 2 hours, and then take a break for like 40 minutes, hour, and then repeat that cycle over again. Because of that rest, you'll be more effective in your work. By not working that much, you'll actually be way more productive because You'll have more energy, you'll be more focused, you won't make any mistakes, any dumb decisions. And also, you will enjoy those breaks, and it'll be a reward in for your work, literally. You'll be fully calm, fully immersed on that break. So let's get into what I do for breaks. I learned that from one of the entrepreneurs, actually too. You actually want it to be boring. Not necessarily too boring, but you don't want TV, your phone, you don't want that. You want, for example, my favorite, which I do every day at least once, is I go in nature, especially if it's sunny, like now, but even if it's not, I go in nature and I just immerse myself in nature completely. I watch everything around me, literally, smell that fresh air, walk a little bit, it's amazing, especially if it's sunny. You smile so much, at least me. Your mental health actually is amazing, and nature helps you recover incredibly. Even a micro break like a minute help you, let alone a half an hour walk. Like it's crazy, and it's awesome. It's not boring to me at all. That's one thing. You can also it can be very simple. You can literally be playing with your dog, playing with your cat, whatever your pet is. It can literally be that. It can literally be you meditate, you do cold showers, all those self-improvement habits. You do them now. That's what I think that it's the best. So meditation, to recap, I meditate, I take a break, I take a walk. Not everything on the same break, I spread that out throughout my day. So sometimes I walk, I sometimes meditate, I sometimes eat a meal, I sometimes play with my pet. I do a combination of these few, and I feel amazing. I feel happy, I feel fulfilled and ready to work, ready to do whatever I want to do, and truly rested. It's like I didn't work. And third lesson I want to teach you is what isn't scheduled won't happen. If you don't schedule whatever you want to do, it will not happen. In your everyday life, there's so many things that will happen, especially, once life something throws away from, that you could never account for. You will not find time for that new thing that you want to try. If you really want to schedule your day, if you really want to do everything that you want to do in your everyday life, every week. So I realized one day I literally
It was on YouTube
and I saw this video, routine, a bunch of these videos on these topics. I was like, okay, this could really work. And once I finally took action, my life completely changed, honestly. It's so simple. I took action. I opened my Google Calendar and I asked myself, okay, what does my ideal day look like? And obviously I knew it will not literally be ideal, but it's a good start. So I asked myself the question, and I did, okay, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do this, that, okay, from this to this, okay. So what's the best way to do it, should I do this there, or and with a little experimentation, experience, I figured out my life completely changed. It was way easier. Not only I had time for everything, but it also became a big habit. So I didn't need to be as disciplined, because it was normal for me to do this at this time, do this at this time, to do this at this time. But you may ask yourself, why would you want to do every day, everything at the same time? The truth is, you don't have to do it at the same time, but by scheduling everything, you will be sure that you will have time for everything, unless life throws something in your way, and then you sit down, obviously think, okay, based on what happened, what's the best way to go about it. This is not some like military shit that you need to really do everything, unless if you don't do everything as you gave out yourself, you're gonna die, or you have to punish yourself or something. No, there's not something like that. This is your ideal day. So if you don't hit it, if you hit 50%, that's awesome. If you hit 20, okay, that's okay. You try to hit 100, like in a video game. You try to do all the objectives, complete the level, all stars, 5 stars, or whatever it is. depending on the game. You try to perform your best, but if you get 4 stars, you're like, okay, I can try to pass it perfectly, or I can just go into another level. It's not that I have failed. I still got 4 stars out of 5. And the last thing is how much of time and mental energy I didn't have to use for that, because every day I would know what am I going to do at which time, and I would just have to execute, which is way easier than if you have to constantly, like every day you're feeling drained, you feel tired, then you come home from work and you have to think, okay, what am I going to do now? Till when? Okay, what am I going to do after that? Okay. You constantly go between this execution mode and thinking, what should I do next and for how long and which exactly way, every day, okay, what am I going to eat? At which time? When am I going to work out? Which workout? How long is it going to be? How hard is it going to be? All these decisions add up. It's not one thing that crushes you, it's many things add up and make your life worse, literally make your day worse. So okay, I know I'm gonna do this at this time, and you may say that it's boring, but you can always change it. You can always play around with it. As I said, this is your ideal day, so organize it the way you want to, okay, based on your priorities. I don't know what are your priorities, so you're gonna do that thing if you're actually gonna take action on that. And the bonus tip: whenever I wanted to work, whenever I wanted to do anything, I always figured out I performed better if I literally didn't eat. If I didn't eat, aka if I was fasted, my thoughts were clearer, they perform better. And science proved this. Digesting food is a huge process which takes like very big amount of energy for you to do. It takes at least 3 hours to digest food, and that's not fully, at least 3 hours. So obviously you perform worse if your body has to use energy for whatever you do, and also for digesting that food, which, as I said, is one of the biggest processes that we go through every single day. If you don't have to eat before your work, for example, if you're fine with that you're gonna eat first time at 10 a.m 11 a.m whenever your the lunch break is, then you literally save like at least an hour, at least half an hour, if not hour, depending on how big your breakfast is, and then you also have to account for, you have to brush your teeth, you have to, okay, you do that anyway, but you have to clean everything up, so. Now maybe you don't do that, so you have to brush your teeth too. Nah, fuck. Now, if you watch till this point in the video, it would be really a shame that you don't take any action. You would literally be a content consumer. I know that's not you. I know that you're an action taker. Okay? So if you could keep continuing watching this video, literally, you promise to me that you are gonna take action on what I say, okay? You promise me, okay? Whisper under your breath. Promise me. Okay? Here it goes. First thing, ask yourself, how would your perfect day look like? Grab a piece of paper and pen. Second thing, you open up Google Calendar. It's a free app. You just go on Google Calendar, and you literally structure your day. And you do that then for your whole week. After you did that, but focus on first on the day, and the whole week is literally the same. They're literally pretty much the same. Maybe minor minorities. So it sounds like whole week. No, it's actually like a day, and you just copy that for every day. You can just put it under settings so it repeats every day through the week, or every day through the whole week. All 7 days, weekend too. But the weekend will probably look different. So, as I said, based on your ideal day, plan the whole day, plan the whole week. And also based on other lessons, if you want to apply them too, when to work, when to rest, fasting. Third, place alarms throughout the day. Place 2 to 3 alarms so that you actually are reminded of following this schedule that you set for yourself, until this becomes a habit. In a few days, it'll be. So just for a few days, place a few alarms so that you actually are reminded of it. And the bonus tips, just it's way easier for you to implement all this. Start slowly. Don't make a huge drastic change, don't quit smoking, drinking, and I don't know what, all overnight, immediately. No, go slowly with this, take your time. The point of this is to make a lasting change for your whole life, not for a day or two. You don't want to work out for a week, you want to work out for your whole life, So go at it slowly. Think how can you less your frictions, like I pretty much put my workout clothes here, and think also how can you reward yourself. So if I work out, I'm gonna reward myself by doing this. If I do that thing that I said I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reward myself by something. What's a good reward for you. If you're an entrepreneur who wants to make more money doing less, aka in less time, click the link in the description below and change your life forever. This is it for the video. I'm glad I helped you, and see you in another video.